that a little too loud? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled like that. What's going on, people? We're back. Or I'm back. Another edition. Late night with coffee. See how long it takes me to sip on that. The other night, it took me almost 2 hours to drink that little cup of coffee because I was running my mouth. How's everyone's night going? Got some viewers up here. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Leave some comments. If you want to join the show, let me know. I'll throw you in here with me. We can converse. We can have good conversation about anything you want. Anything. I don't care. I'll talk about anything. I may not know a lot about certain things, but I know a lot about, well, what is it? I don't know a lot about everything, but I know a little bit about a lot, if that makes sense. So I don't mind talking about anything. Any subjects you guys want to bring up, I'll talk about it. Who knows? I could be wrong in some cases. I'm not doing any research. I'm not fact checking. I could care less about that. No, that's not true. But I'm not going to do any research on the whim. That's for sure. I might do a little Google search here and there. Shout out to Google. But that's about it. Alrighty. So my name is Anthony. I didn't introduce myself, huh? If you're watching on Facebook, you already know my name is Anthony because you're watching on my profile. So, but if you're on YouTube, Twitch, everywhere else, my name is Anthony. Thank you for joining. Got 3 people watching. I appreciate that. You guys are the best. I have somebody watching on Periscope. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. Leave me a message on Periscope. Come on. Follow me. Do something. Let's see. Angel Matos. Thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate it. You should join, man. Leave me a comment or something. What do you want to talk about? Hey, did I go to school with you? I don't remember. That was a long time ago, but I'm looking at your profile, Angel, and it does say that you went to Canarsie High. And I went there as well. I didn't graduate from there because I moved to Connecticut in between, but you may have gone to high school with my brother, maybe. I'm not sure. Or maybe you went with me. I don't remember. Whatever. And I can't see what year you graduated. You don't have that info. You're all incognito and stuff on your profile. But yeah, well, welcome. I appreciate it. Cool having you here. You lived in... Wait, hold on. Oh, you lived in the next building. Did you live across? Or behind? Did you know my brother, I guess? I don't know. Because you just don't... I mean, no offense. You just don't look familiar to me, but I didn't really go out much anyways. My mother had me locked up in the house. My brother was more of the one that went everywhere. But that's crazy if you lived in the next building. I'm trying to figure out if you lived across or behind or maybe down the hill. Man. All right, now 10712. I don't know the addresses. So I was 106-12. So you must have been right across then, if that's the way they had them numbered. Yeah, I think we were 106-12. So I guess you were right across from us. Oh, behind us. Then I definitely don't remember you. I know, I mean, I don't know if you hung out with me or if you hung out with my brother. I don't know. What year did you graduate Canarsie High? That'll tell me. That's interesting. Yeah, tell me what year you graduated. That way we can pinpoint it. Sometimes with me, oh, why don't I remember you? I really don't remember you. But like I said, don't take offense to that because I didn't really hang out too much with everybody when I lived there. Because like I said, my mother had me on lockdown. Couldn't do too much. Network connection. Man, every time I come up here, my network connection just drops. And it's supposed to, Restream is supposed to be taking on the bandwidth, so I shouldn't have a problem streaming, but it's all right. You guys will let me know if the stream is getting all jacked up. All right, so you said sometime with you had a bob on your head. All right, so you remember my mother having me on lockdown. But you're still not saying when you graduated or when you were supposed to graduate. I don't know. Let's see who's on here. Huh, okay. You're not answering, so you must not want to tell your age or something. That's the only thing I could think of, is that you don't want anybody to know how old you are. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Let's see who's on. Brownie Factory Corp. Thanks for coming on. Dang, you know what? Brownie, I forgot your name. I know you said it in one of your videos, and we spoke a little bit in the chat. But why don't you come on? You love talking junk like me, so why don't you come on? Let's have a conversation. Come on here. We're just talking about anything. I don't care. Happy Friday. Oh, you sing too. Okay, yeah, because you said Mel. All right, Melanie, got it. You should come up here and sing. I mean, you post videos of you singing, so you should come up here and sing. Just bless us with the vocals. Just saying. Just saying. Don't we all want to hear her sing? I know. I don't mind it. I don't know if you know this, Mel, but I sing too. I don't know. You may have saw some videos on that. I don't know. But I saw a video of you. What app was it? I forgot the name of the app. But where? Oh, yeah. That's the video I saw. The one video. But it was enough. It was enough. I remember. But it was enough to hear the vocals. Definitely enough to hear the vocals. And man, what's the name of that app? I used to be on that app where you can you can do duets with people and stuff like that. And then there's like 2 or 3 apps like that, but there's one that a lot of people use. And it was you singing. So shout out to you. Shout out to Melly Mel having the vocals. So you gotta come on. Come on here. I'll sing with you. I'll sing whatever you want. I'll try to sing whatever you want. That was on TikTok? Huh, I didn't know they did stuff like that on TikTok. You know what's funny? I joined TikTok way back in the day, when they first started, and I never went back to it. I think I may have put like one video in there, subscribed to maybe like 2 or 3 people, and then years later, I mean, it's not a year. I don't want to make it seem like it's been around for 12 years, but it's been around for a while. Then all of a sudden, it's this big to do. You know, TikTok is huge now, and I made the same mistake that I made with YouTube. That where I joined it way from the beginning and I didn't capitalize on it. You know, figured it was not going to be anything. Same thing I did with TikTok. You know, Vine bite it, so I figured TikTok won't last long, but it is lasting. And it's huge now. You know, I see them sponsoring sporting events and things like that. You got to have money for that to sponsor major sporting events. All right. So you said no, not at all. What are you saying no, not at all to? I'm thinking you're saying that to coming on, but you should come on. You come promote your stuff too. You know, we got people watching. There's 5 people watching. It's a full house. Or if anybody wants to join. Lucinda, hey. I tried to get Lucinda to come on because she likes to wild out too and bug out. But she said it was a no makeup pajama day for her. Actually, she said Panama day because her phone auto-corrected her, and it made me chuckle. Sunshine. Hey, Carrie Ann. How you doing? I need somebody to join me. I need like a co-host or something. Nobody seems to want to get up here. You know what? You guys, it's late. I get it. Even with this show, I named it, Late Night with Coffee, because this is the only way I'm going to stay up. Is doing it. You know what's funny? In last week's, no, it wasn't last week. What's today? Maybe on Wednesday I did a show, and I mentioned how I can probably drink a pot of coffee and pass out. It doesn't keep me up. And it was because of my time in Puerto Rico every summer living with my grandparents as well. But when I was younger, I would go to Puerto Rico every summer for the whole summer, and my grandmother used to give us coffee at night. That's what we would end the night with. When everybody was going to bed, we would have coffee and crackers out the green tin with a little bit of butter, chomp those down, have some coffee, and we would go to bed and pass out. So that's the way my body's been conditioned. But I tell you what, my body must have heard me Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night? I think it was Wednesday night. Wednesday or Tuesday night. It must have heard me because I could not. I was up till about almost 3 o'clock, bugging. I was just laying there. My eyes were just open. It was pretty bad. I always tell my wife when she can't sleep, I'm like, dude, you have to just put your phone down and close your eyes. Your body will take over. So I kind of had to eat my own words because I could not sleep. Hey, Chris. Welcome. Yeah, Chris, you could do the same thing, right? Drink some coffee and lay out. Yeah, I could do that. For the most part. I don't know what happened the other day. I could have just been running on adrenaline too, after the show or whatever, running off that adrenaline and winding down, but whatever. Ooh, my nose is itching. So what do you guys want to talk about? Any subjects at all? Mel, you want to come on here and promote your stuff? Lucinda said she was going to be watching. It looks like she is. I really wanted her to come on because she's been, Chris, she works third shift too, and sometimes she can't sleep. I don't get it. Lucinda, I wanted her to come on because she is so sick of wearing masks. It's like driving her nuts, and I don't know if you go by Lucy or if you have any nicknames or anything like that. It just feels weird saying your whole name, Lucinda, but I'm going to keep saying Lucinda until you give me the okay to shorten it, or if you give me a nickname. But she's so tired of wearing masks. She lives in Australia. Okay. And Lucinda, I did a little research. I Googled I don't know if it's called a province or a state or whatever in Australia. And I know it's in Victoria. And sure enough, the rules are, as soon as you leave your house, you have to have a mask on. So, folks, it's not just, when you're inside somewhere. This is when you're walking your dog. This is where you're just going for a walk by yourself. Nobody's around. You're avoiding people. You might be walking in the park on your own. You have to wear a mask. And from what her videos tell me, and what her texts, well, her posts say, uh, they're cracking down big time. They're like, the cops are on it. And I don't know if she's still watching or what right now, but I would love to hear her opinion. Well, I've heard her opinion already. She goes sick, but I would really love to have her on so she can come up here and go sick, and you guys can meet her. But we'll have her on eventually. She's in Australia. I'm in America, so there's a huge time difference. She's actually in the future, so it's already Saturday for her. It's probably about 1-2 o'clock over there. So coordinating it is gonna be tough. I have to basically come on this late to have her on, where in the afternoon at 1-2 o'clock, where that might be a time when she's at work. So I don't know, but she did say hi. I would love for her to comment in here and give us a little bit of insight about what's going on in Australia, well, where she lives, because Australia is huge. I'm assuming the same rules don't apply to the whole country, but maybe they do. I don't know. Or is it like state by state? Is there? Forgive my ignorance, but is there a president in Australia, or is it like a prime minister as well? Huh. If she could answer that question too. You know what? I did mention that I don't mind doing a little bit of light Googling, right? So let's see. Does Australia have a, I know it's not a president, but what is it called? Oh, it's a monarch. So they have a monarch and a prime minister. I gotta turn this fan on. Hold on. Yeah, I know I have a hoodie on, but that's because I have a white beater on under this. It's late. Again, dressed. Just throw a hoodie on for the show, right? Shoot. Okay, so we learned something. So there's a monarchy of Australia. So I guess it is a prime minister. Then it says a monarch. So is that like a royal family or something like that? Australia's head of state is the monarch, and its head of government is the prime minister, with powers limited by both law and convention for government to be carried on democratically. All right. I don't know. I wish I can understand what that meant. Mel, you still on? You gonna join me? You gonna come on here? We can just chit chat. I think we should. I think you should come on here. Don't be scared. All right. So my viewers are going up and down, up and down, up and down, which I don't mind. I can keep talking, but I really, 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 really wish. Yay! You're still here. Why don't you join? Come on. All right, now I'm gonna send you a link. I am going to send you a link so you can join. Here it is. I almost forgot where to find the link. Boom. Alrighty. I got you. I'm gonna send you a link to your I'm gonna slide in your DMs and send you a link. Give me a second. This hat is making my glasses rise. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Do you need a minute to get your, lighting right and make sure everything's hooked up right? You let me know. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna send you the link, and when you're ready, you just join. Just opening up the Messenger app. Brownie. There you go. Boom. Oh, I got an itch in my ear. There we go. That should work. Let me know if it doesn't work for you. All right. Now I'm trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. That should work, though. That should work fine. I hope. All right. I wonder if Carrie Ann's still watching. I first met Carrie Ann at karaoke. It's funny that her name is Carrie Karaoke. Yeah, that was corny. And she went by the name Sunshine. I never got the full story, but that's what she goes by. And it's funny how I'm, I one of her good friends. I don't know if they're good friends anymore. Oh, heyo, she's on. All right. I'm about to add Mel to this video, to the show. Yeah. You ready? You good? Give me a thumbs up. All right, Mel. So I lost you. You don't have a good connection. Oh, there we go. All right, you ready? Here we go. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. It's late, so I'm resting. I'm just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Same here. So now, forgive me. I'm looking at your pajamas. Oh, you got coffee up there.
Yes, I have coffee on my.
Perfect for the show.
Yeah.
So, so let's see. What can we talk about? So, what I was talking about with you was the singing, because I heard it and I liked it. So how long you been singing?
Listen. I think it's something that I always did growing up. But I was afraid to do it.
Yep.
I tried and did different things in high school. I was good at it, but stage fright, very real thing. So
yes, it is.
So I just would never pursue it. And then that moment that I posted that video, it was just kind of me in the car, and I was just like, you know what? I love the song, and it was perfect. So I did it, and that was it.
Okay. So you were a closet singer for a long time?
Yes. My parents knew, but I didn't do it often.
Okay. But how at what age did you start?
High school, I would say.
Okay.
I would say high school. My first year of high school, when I joined, I decided to sign up for a music class, and my music teacher heard something in my voice, and he was like, "Oh, we need you to So he was
like, "Oh, you could sing."
Yeah. So he had me do different shows and performances and stuff at school and things like that. So yeah.
So that didn't get rid of your stage fright?
No. Are you kidding?
I don't think it ever goes away.
No, it definitely didn't. The first time I did a show, I studied and practiced so I was able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say when my solo was over, I ran off the stage. Ran off the stage. No, it did not go. So
Listen, I know the feeling. Um, like every so often, I have to go out and do karaoke just so I can like kind of stay used to it.
yeah.
You know, being in front of people, and even that kills me. And I know everyone there is drunk. You know, and it still makes me nervous. They're not paying me any mind, but I don't know if you've ever done karaoke. I'm assuming you've done karaoke before.
No, but I've never done
What?
karaoke, and I want to. I want to try it, but
well, who knows if people are going to be there now?
Said what?
I said, who knows if people are even going to be there now? You know, I've seen karaoke nights happening here and there, but I don't know what the turnout is like because of, you know, COVID and all that stuff.
Right. I don't know, but I would want to try it. At this point, I think this year has taught me, hence why I posted the video. I think this year has taught me to live my fullest life and live fully based on who I was created to be. Like, don't hide bits and pieces of you afraid of judgment, because the fear is not even real.
Right. And when you're up there singing, I don't know if you know that I sing as well.
I
heard
you sing. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, you heard me? When? Not today.
No, I never heard you, but you said it today on.
Oh, okay. So, when you're singing, you're in a very vulnerable state.
Yes.
Because this is if you're a real singer. If you're up there doing, you know, karaoke and you're bugging out, you don't really care. Right. But if you're a singer, even if you're doing karaoke, you still care.
Yeah.
It's still about, I mean, well, you've never done karaoke, but for me, I'm still putting on a show, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, so when I go up there, I want to show emotion and all that stuff. So you have to make yourself vulnerable. And I think that's the hard part. Because you're so worried about, and it's human nature, you know, you're so worried about what people are going to think about you, you know, and, you know, whenever I go somewhere, hope if it's a karaoke place, I'll have like a shot first because I have to get the jitters out.
Yeah.
You know, I always feel like I got to use the bathroom. It's bad. It's bad.
It's very stressful.
Right. And I know when you put that video out there, you were probably like, send.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I want to put this out there, but I was like, you know what? Like I said, I think if for nothing else, tomorrow's not promised, and fear of what people are going to think of you is just not a real, it's not a real fear.
Right.
It's just, it's not that's going to change your life, whether or not they like you or they don't. Right. You know, and it is something that you have to remind yourself to but it's still, you know, we allow our brains to kind of take us to a place of if they don't like us, we must think that something bad is going to happen.
Right. They're not going to walk up to you and punch you in your face.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, nothing's going to happen. What's the worst that could happen? You know,
the thing is, the worst that could happen is that they don't like you, and who cares?
Exactly.
Right? Who cares? But that's I think that comes with age, maturity. Yeah. I mean, some people have it, you know, when they're younger as well. But I think for most people, it comes with age and maturity. And you get to a point in your life, you're like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care.
Good. Okay. You don't like me. Fine. That's okay.
Exactly.
You know,
but at the end of the day, I just think that everybody needs to, I think if everybody something about vulnerability, and I think at the end of the day, that's the part that people are not comfortable with in general. So like the more you're able to actually become comfortable with vulnerability, then freer to do the things that you're afraid of. You know what I mean? And I think that's what this year is teaching me. It's like vulnerability to me is like a superpower. The moment you tap into it, like boldly, you start to feel free enough to act like live your life. Actually, you know what I mean? Enjoy it to the full. And
Yeah. Well, that's the real you. You know,
yes,
that's the real you with no walls up, no shields, nothing blocking anything. You're showing yourself. That's you.
yep, exactly. Exactly.
So, so are you going to be putting up any more videos?
I'm thinking about it.
Are you going to try to get back into it?
Funny enough, someone actually contacted me after that video and wants to create a song with me.
Mm.
So I thought that was
I'm not
interesting.
surprised.
I was.
See, but you don't have. See, if you're like me, and I think everybody's like this. You're your own worst critic.
Oh, absolutely.
So
For sure.
you know, you think you suck. Everything's like in the negative, and it's hard. It's actually hard to take a compliment.
I
When
mean,
somebody says you sound good, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, but I was sharp here. I went flat here. You start picking yourself apart.
I said when I posted that video, I didn't think it was a bad video. I was comfortable with posting it. But then the response that I got surprised me. I was like, what did they do? I was like, what are they hearing that maybe I'm not hearing? That's literally what I thought. And I was just like, okay, but everybody really had a lot of positive feedback. And like you said, we can be our own worst critic. So
Yeah. I mean, but let's be honest. You can sing. You know that much.
I think I can hold a note. You know what I mean?
See, you're not taking the compliment. You're not taking the compliment.
That's truly what I think. I think that I can hold a note. I think that I naturally have a decent voice, even in speaking. I've heard people, people compliment my speaking voice, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I don't. Would I say that I would be a part of like the singers?
I
No.
hate my speaking voice. My speaking voice, I cannot stand it. I hate it with a passion. I feel like I sound so dumb.
No, not at all.
No, you cannot convince me. There's no convincing me. Every time I hear myself speak, I'm like, how like you can hear someone speak, like let's say singers or whatever, or rappers or whatever. When they speak and when they sing, you're like, oh yeah, I can hear it. But then some people, you're like, dang, I would have never guessed that they sing based on their speaking voice.
Okay, and
I think that's me. I think I sound dumb when I'm talking, but when I sing, it's like totally different. That's how I feel.
That's interesting. I don't or hear that, but okay.
Well, it's when you hear your own voice, just like people tell you that you have a good speaking voice, but you don't feel like you do.
I mean,
because when you hear it.
No, I do like my speaking voice. I even like singing voice. It's like you said, it's a vulnerability thing for me. I think it's a deeper, it goes directly to vulnerability. Not so much liking or disliking, but more so just vulnerability,
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there.
Right. You're putting yourself out there. Even, I mean, as you this is new, right? You just started your podcast not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
You choosing to do this, even the fact that you want to do these late night conversations with coffee, it's like you may not always have a set topic, but you're willing to have these conversations, get up here and do these videos, regardless of what people may say. Somebody might say something negative. Will that deter you from doing this? Probably
not at all.
Like, you know what I mean? So even this requires vulnerability, because once you start putting yourself out there, again, another lesson I'm learning this year is when you start putting yourself out there, especially when you start to share your thoughts and your opinions about certain things, you're giving people room to criticize.
Right.
And it's not nice.
Right. And if we learn, and the internet is such a great place, right? They always give you positivity. They're never negative, right? The internet is always positive and upbeat. Oh, I'm on a different internet.
I don't. Let me tell you,
It's always negative. Everybody's always trying to look for a reason to bash you.
I see it. I get a lot of positivity, but there's always one, two that will try their best, and I mean literally try their best to tear you down. And that's literally been my experience. It's sometimes come nowhere, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, sometimes it's people you know. People you know, like in real life. Uh-oh, where'd you go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think your hand is over the microphone. I think.
That might have been it.
I only know that because my grandmother does that all the time.
Oh.
I'm not saying you're old, but she does that all the time. Like, Grandma, take your hand off the microphone.
That's funny. I do that. When I hold my phone like this, my finger is usually underneath it.
Yeah, I get it.
So, yeah. No, I just think anytime you're willing to step out of your comfort zone or do something different or do something that's not like everybody else, yourself open to criticism and judgment and sometimes a lot of negativity, and that can be a scary space to be in, so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I've done podcasting before, and I'm just getting back into it.
Okay.
And I just figured, whatever, I'll just do this. I don't even have a set time for this. My wife works overnight, so whenever she works, I'm gonna try to come on and do whatever. It's really just talking about anything. I don't really care. It's good practice. Especially for the most part, I'm by myself. I always ask people to join, but for the most part, I'm by myself. So it's good practice to just, eliminate dead space, just keep talking about anything, trying to be off the cuff and things like that. Oh, yeah, you're coming in. You're breaking up still. Yo, hey, what's going on, man? I hear you now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes I don't know if it's I have all bars, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you showed up. You're showing up green, which means you have a good connection. But then it just goes and turns red, and then it comes back. So okay. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Whatever, right?
Yeah. No, but I get it. Listen, I just started my podcast this year. I want to say about a month and a half ago. Yeah,
I saw that.
I've never done podcasting before, but I decided to get into it. It was suggested, strongly suggested to me, because I would post these videos on Facebook.
Right? Yeah. Like the little the little snippets.
Yeah, little snippets, and I decided to do podcasting, and it's going okay. But to me, podcasting is very different than coming on here and talking. Like being able to just do. I think it's easier for me to get on camera and talk than to record. Like I don't know why I don't know what that is, but it's very different for me. So I have to still get used to it. I do. I have to still get used to it. I would prefer just turning on the camera and just, you know what I mean? For some reason that's easier. But the podcasting is, like I said, it's going well.
Yeah.
It's different. And I found myself recently being talking about certain things. And I was like, why am I afraid to say something? But I realized every time I'm willing to share my real opinion or thought about something, it's leaving room for people to criticize. And that I'm always like, do I want to? I don't care about so much the criticism. I think I'm used to dealing with people trying to criticize, because that's just life. But I'm hoping that I don't sound stupid. I think it's probably
no, you don't. You don't.
Well, I hope not.
You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't worry about sounding stupid. I know I sound stupid. When when I listen to the, like, I'll go back and listen to a little bit, and the first thing is I got to get past my dumb voice. I can't stand that. But then I'm like, oh, I should have said this, or there's dead space and this and that. But we're our own worst critics.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm gonna judge myself no matter what. It could be a perfect show. Everything goes right. No dead space. I will find something.
That's true. I understand that. I'm that way. I do the same thing. I've recorded, I don't know how many episodes lately, and I haven't posted them because I keep thinking something's wrong with them. I'm like, I need to post this. I'm supposed to post it, but I'm always like, lately I've been getting in my own head about it. And I'm trying to get out of that because I know that it's like I have to do it, you know, to actually get the proper feedback, but then also just to get the practice, and then also to share thoughts that I really want to share. That's the point of the podcast, right? So.
Right.
I don't know, figuring it.
No, you're doing fine. You know, I encourage you. Just keep at it, because that's really the game. You know, just keep doing it. You'll get better and better and better. People will start listening, you know, more and more.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you're doing it on here, like when I'm doing it here, it's, I don't get a lot of views, but then I'll look at like people that listen to it through podcasts, and it's a lot more. So I'm like, okay, whatever. People are listening at least. And then I'll look at the next episode to see if people are still listening, and they are. So I'm like, okay, maybe people are subscribing. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
But that was my last podcast. This one's brand new, so we'll see how this one goes.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. What is your podcast about? Like, what's the
Yodi says, listen, your hiccups and dead space is who you are. You have to embrace your flaws because people want you real.
True.
I don't know what SE means. Do you know what SE means? I don't know. He put real SE. I don't know. But yeah, people want to see like your flaws. You're coming in staticky again.
I know.
Now you're back.
Am I back?
Yep. What were you saying?
I think I was trying to figure out, why does my phone keep acting up? I'm trying.
Oh, so you asked me what this podcast is about, right?
Oh yes. What is your main, like, what is it about?
So I'm feeling it out right now to see what it's gonna be. For right now, it's just me coming on here and talking. You know, I bring up random things. Like the last episode, I found a website that had 40 dumb newspaper headlines.
Okay.
And I just went through all 40 and commented on them.
Okay.
And people were, you know, chatting along or whatever, leaving comments. So you know, it's good having people that comment, because that'll fill in some dead space too, because you can, you know, bounce off of them.
Right. Okay.
So for right now, it's just talking about anything, really. Whatever people want to talk about, I'll talk about, because I know a lot about nothing, but a little bit about everything.
Okay.
So I don't mind talking about any subject. I mean, I want to kind of stay away from like politics, because that's very divisive right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sway anybody in any directions. I kind of don't want to. I mean, if somebody wants to come on here and talk about politics, talk about both sides. Don't try to push an agenda or anything like that.
Right.
You know, because I'm all set with that.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
but besides that, you know, or religion, because I feel a certain way. You know, I'm a Christian, whatever. And I mean, I'll have a conversation about that too. I don't mind, even if somebody is a different faith. I'll have a conversation. I don't mind, as long as it's not arguing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, main thing is just come up here talking about anything, whatever the people want to talk about. So I kind of, if if I don't get anybody commenting what they want to talk about, then I'll just make something up. Like I did with the 40 headlines. I just said, you know what, let me search something, stupid news, and see what happens. So that's what the other night was about. And today is about you.
Well, I mean, listen, my podcast is all about relationships, so that's the topic that I tend to talk about often.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
You got to have a guy up there.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I want to have a male like figure voice to kind of.
Yeah, because you need both perspectives.
Oh my goodness, my phone is acting up again.
You're breaking up again, and you're frozen. I can hear you, but I can't. I see you, but you're frozen. You're like this. You're just stuck. You want to back out and come back in?
How do I do that?
Can you end it on your end? You should be able to end it. Like click on the screen.
Oh, I can leave. Okay.
Right, leave and just come back. All righty. So while we're waiting on her, oh, Jackie, you see her fine? Okay, let's bring her back on. Here she is. So people were commenting that they see you fine. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is it better? Is it good?
I don't know. People are saying that you're fine. So I don't know.
Am I still
I have
frozen?
no idea. No. You're good here from what I'm looking at, but on the comments on Facebook, they're saying that they saw you fine. So,
Oh, okay.
as long as
Right,
I think as long as you're talking, as long as I can hear you, you're probably coming out fine on the other end.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So okay. Your podcast, what is it called again? Let's talk or something like that.
It's Can We Talk? So it's Can We Talk podcast.
Can we talk for a minute?
Hey.
To know your name.
Yeah.
All
right.
But
it's Can We Talk podcast, and it's about all things relationship, all things meaning like we talk about obviously relate another, but also like just relationship with yourself, relationship with vulnerability. I try to encourage people to kind of tap into a deeper level of something as opposed to just keeping things very surface. So I can be a deep thinker.
So from your videos, your snippets, you seem to want to tackle some issues. Are you like tackling issues in the podcast? Like, are you like relationship issues? Yodi, I'm not ignoring you. Don't worry. We're getting to it.
Wait, what happened?
No, I was talking. Somebody was commenting. They said I'm ignoring them.
Oh, yes. So sometimes we like basically I get up there to try to like offer tips and things that I've been able to do for myself that have been working. I decided to take myself to therapy. And I went to therapy for about 9 months, about 9-10 months. And then the pandemic hit, and then everything went virtual, but and then my therapist had a baby. So it was like, there was,
so everything was on hold.
Yeah, everything was on hold, but I had learned so much from going to therapy, so much. And I wanted to basically share that information, and I am sharing information with people. Like, these are some of the tools, some of the skills, some of the things that I started that actually started to help. And I do believe that relationships are extremely important. I think we do need one another. I think a lot of people nowadays believe that they don't need each other. People always say, I don't need this and I don't need that. I'm like, that's not true.
Right. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I'm like, no, we do need each other.
Right.
So, we talk about all kinds of stuff. Even like when we were talking about the whole, doing karaoke, but realize tapping into vulnerability. Vulnerability hinders a lot good quality relationships from growing and moving forward, or lack of it.
Yep.
I should lack of vulnerability in a lot of ways can hinder you from, again, growing as a person, experiencing life in fullness, walk in the totality of yourself. Like vulnerability can hinder so much in people's lives.
Right.
So, we talk about stuff like that.
It could hinder your success.
Oh, absolutely. It hinders.
Yeah.
It hinders everything. Right. Something that I learned when I first started going to therapy was, she says, how you think, how you believe is how you show up. And so if you're processing things from a fearful or a lack kind of place, then that's how you show up in the world, and you'll think that everybody is similar to the way you think, even though the way you think is not it's not all the way right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because it's never our fault, right? It's always everybody else. And there's a movie, TV show that I watch. Well, it's not on anymore, but it's called Justified. I don't know if you're familiar with it. But in one of the episodes, he said something profound. And this is the first time I've ever heard it. It may be something that's out there, but it's the first time I've ever heard it. And he says, if you wake up in the morning and you go out and you run into an a-hole, he says the real word, but he says if you run into an a-hole, you just ran into an a-hole. He said, but if everybody you run into is an a-hole, you're probably the a-hole.
Exactly. One of the things, I tell people this all the time. So I'm single. I know that you're married, right? I'm single, but this year I decided to be an intentional, purposeful dater, right? So I would do like videos about my dating experiences. But one of the things that happen in conversation is, you're talking to somebody and you ask them, so how's your past relationship? What has happened in your past? And if somebody says, they say they've been in 4 to 5 real relationships, and out of the 4, if 4 out of 5 of the relationships, it was always because of the other person and never them, I'm like, that don't make you want to no, seriously, because then it makes me think to myself, in a relationship, and I find myself in 1, 2, 3, 4 relationships, and out of the 4 relationships, they always end the same way, and I'm blaming everybody else. Clearly, I am the denominator. So
right.
It's like, so I listen. I just
at what point do you point at yourself?
Exactly. At one point do you look at yourself? And I say that to other people, but I also say that to myself. Like, hence why I decided I wanted to go to therapy. Actually, what triggered me to go to therapy was because I was dating a guy for a short period of time. And I noticed that my behavior, as far as like ignoring certain signs, accepting certain behavior. And I had to ask myself, what made me attracted to that? Or what made me say this kind of behavior is okay, or whatever. And basically, like I said, it was a short stint of time, but once I got out of it, I realized I did not want to have a repeat of that. I got to get out. I need to go get therapy and figure out why I chose this, because this does not make sense. So
yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, and sometimes you stay in situations a little too long. You see signs and things are going to change, and they don't, and you still stay. I've been there. I've definitely been there. But I mean, it is what it is. And I get it. You don't want to feel like you gave up. You don't want to feel like a quitter. Um, and you kind of hear, what happened to relationships, how they used the way they used to be. People married 60 years. They had their issues, but they stayed together. And sometimes, and here's the thing: you can't just bail when something goes wrong either. So it's like you have to kind of discern when's the right time to get out of there or to stick it out, because sometimes you stick it out and it works.
I mean, yeah, but I will tell you, I don't know how long have you been married?
2013, I was in this marriage, but this is my second.
Okay, but still, but you
Yeah,
you have been in the dating scene for a while, right? So
yeah.
the dating scene nowadays, funny enough, I really tell people, I try to tell people that I'm a very optimistic person, so I tend
Hmm.
to see a very positive space. However, the dating scene now
Hmm.
is it's you. I don't even have words to be. No, really scary place to be,
Yeah, yeah.
because I have a lot of, like you said, whatever happened to old school dating, but old school dating was, guy meets girl, guy walks up to girl, tries to talk to her,
Hmm.
he gets the number, and then he decides to give that girl his attention. Now you have guys who stop every girl they see, right, to get their
Hmm.
number. You have girls now giving their
Yeah.
number. You know what I mean? They have a roster of their own. It's
Hmm.
a lie. It is too much. So
There's
I just,
there's no courtship anymore.
there is
I
no
mean, it's
court.
still around. It's still around, but for the
Yeah,
most part, it's gone.
and I don't
Everything
think
is everything is instant. These kids today, everything is instant. They just want to get. They just want to. That's it.
no, and I think, I mean, I don't think that dating is all bad now, but I will
Hmm.
say that there's a lot more new challenges, and
Hmm.
like I said, it can also be scary, like legit scary,
Hmm.
because
There
you
are a
meet
lot of
people.
distractions too.
We're bombarded with social media, right? We're taking in
Ah,
so much,
yeah.
just imagery alone. We are looking at all kinds of videos and photos and things that are always
Hmm.
stop. So your brain starts to think that that's the norm, even though it's not.
Hmm.
So then now you have women trying to live up to the photoshopped images of these women. You have men
Hmm.
trying to live up to photoshopped images of men, or expecting women to look like the photoshopped image, and vice versa.
Hmm.
It's just a very, you know
Well, nowadays you have access to people's profiles that they're not photoshopped, and the women are beautiful. The guys are off the chain. Because you have access to all these profiles. You
yeah.
can go on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to go. You're gonna find someone that's actually a real person, and they're not photoshopped.
Well,
And you're still trying to find people up to that standard, and you're not going to. Well, you could, I guess, but
I mean, like I said, I
I
try
mean,
to
you
give.
can't blame somebody for being beautiful.
No, you definitely can't. But I'm gonna tell you, I listen. Like I said, I've decided to make myself available, and
Hmm.
I've had major positive experiences. I can't complain. Honestly, I
Hmm.
can't. I would say maybe with the exception of one, maybe two, that I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. But you know, for me personally, my experiences have been positive. We just
Hmm.
weren't necessarily a match, I'll say.
Sure,
Right? Like
sure, sure, sure.
you can be really good, cool people, but that doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean that you're, a match. Um,
Hmm.
so like I said, it's been positive. But my girlfriends, which by the way, most of my girlfriends are actually married. I think I have like two single friends at this point.
Hmm.
Or like friends that I've grown up with, and maybe we haven't stayed in touch, but lately we've been talking because they're like,
Hmm.
they want to know about what's the dating scene like. Why do you seem to get so many more dates, or da 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 da? I'm like, well, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think
Hmm.
it's a combination of a lot of things. I think one, people are walking around very hurt and
Hmm.
guarded, and the expectation is that they're going to meet somebody that's going to knock down that gate. And I
Hmm.
don't believe that's going to happen. I think you kind of have to take the gate down yourself.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
You
So,
gotta. You also have to. As and I really hate to say it like this, but as you get older, your standards start to drop a little bit. I think. Things
listen,
that things. Am I
I told,
wrong?
God the other day, I said, okay, God. I said, okay. Because I'm tall. So I'm 5'10,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
So obviously, one of my preferences, I won't say it's a necessity, but one of my preferences would be like, 6'4" would be nice,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
4'6'5", yes, I'll gladly take that, right?
Hmm.
But I told God the other day, I said, God, listen, if he gotta be shorter than me, I'm like,
Don't
it'll be
don't make
okay.
don't make them that much shorter than me.
Just listen, I'll take it. But listen, because if I'm honest, one of what's a necessity for me is I'm more concerned about the person's character and their heart. And I know
Yes.
people
Yeah.
think that that's cliche, but it's not for me.
Right.
Um, you know my father, right? You
I I do.
right? So it's like my
I know your
like
father.
I think I don't know. Do you? Why do I feel like you know my dad?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who. Or do I? I
Maybe
don't know.
maybe I mixed up with somebody else. Excuse that. But
Just like I had you mixed up
either
with
way,
somebody else in the beginning.
did you?
Yeah, remember? I thought you were one of my friends. Remember, I showed you a picture of her. You were like, I could see the resemblance.
That's right, you did. Okay. Okay, then I definitely have you mixed up with somebody else. Okay, but
Hmm.
either way, the point is I grew up with upstanding men who were, they supported their families, they loved their
Hmm.
wives, they carried themselves with good character and integrity. Like that's what I'm used to. So I really do, and also I would say my family is genetically blessed. I would say most of the people in my family are genetically blessed. So I'm used to a certain kind of, and I know
Hmm.
I'm like I really want to know what your heart is. I really want to know your character, because if I decided to commit to you, that's what I'm really going to be married to.
Right.
Not 6'5", not the fact
Yep.
that you're so fine. No, that's not what I'm gonna be married to. I'm gonna be married to how you treat me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when you're angry, even when you're upset, do you lose
Right.
all respect for me? Or is your character in a good space where even if you're angry, yeah, you might get upset and say certain things, but you're not gonna go out of your way to look to harm me. And you know,
Right. Or disrespect you.
or disrespect, because people, that's what I want.
Hmm.
So, so I'm looking for more of that, and I realize that lately it's getting tougher. That's why I
Yeah.
told God, if he got to be 5'10" and we just the same height, I'll
Right.
take it.
Right. Right. Right.
We can
Right.
height. I'm
You
like,
just have to wear kitty heels.
listen, I wear no kitten heels, but I said he's gonna have to appreciate the fact that I like to wear heels sometimes, and as
Yeah.
long as he's sure in himself, then
Right. Right.
you know,
As long as he don't got a problem with it.
as long
Because
as
I
you don't have.
know my wife now, when we first started dating. Wait, are you there?
I'm still
You
here.
coming in?
Can you?
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
When we first started dating, now I was divorced. I had I had two kids. They were living with me.
Mhm.
Um, and her thing was she wasn't messing with me.
Okay.
She didn't want anybody that was married. Or hold on a second. My daughter just ran in here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Sorry. So So she didn't want anything to do with me. And we met on the job. We were working together, and she didn't want nobody else married. She didn't have no kids, so she didn't want nobody with kids. And look where we are now. Now we got 2 kids.
Okay.
And we're married, and because she gave me a shot, I guess. I think she fell in love with me the first night. That's just between me, you, and her, and everybody that's listening. I always tell her that. Because she said that she had such a great time that first night, and I don't know. I just had her all around town. We were just everywhere. We went to 2 karaoke places. We drove to Massachusetts. We just went everywhere. We were just hanging out, and she loved it.
See,
we weren't doing anything crazy.
But I have a feeling that you showed up as authentic self, though.
Listen, I always tell her what you see is what you get. That's what I tell everybody. You know, I'm pretty much I try to be as transparent as I can be, even if I'm hurting your feelings. I'd rather hurt your feelings, giving you the truth, than not hurting your feelings and lying.
But that's why I believe. Let's say she did fall in love with you on the first night, right?
She did. She did, guys. She did.
Yes, she had the opportunity because
right.
You didn't hide yourself.
Right. And she was just looking to get a meal. That's all that was. Hold on, you're breaking up. You're breaking up big time now. Okay, there you go. I said she was just trying to get a meal.
Stop it.
Cause y'all be saying yeah just to go, like, listen, I gotta eat, might as well get a free meal. Don't act like I'm lying.
Believe it or not, I don't do that. Because one of the things that I suggest.
But I'm not wrong, right?
I think some women do that, absolutely. But I will say,
because that's what she did it for, and then she ended up playing herself.
Because she fell in love with you.
Yep. Day one.
Listen,
she played herself.
Nah, I think it's great though. I think that's beautiful. I mean, as long as both parties show up as their true, authentic selves, if people can be transparent and honest, it allows for connection to actually happen. But nowadays, I find that a lot of people are too afraid to let you in. They're too afraid to, actually have that connection. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but I've noticed that it's becoming more of a challenge than not. So, it doesn't allow for people to connect. In the saddest part, because one of the things that I, again, strongly know to, we actually need each other. Like, we really do. We do better when we're together. We do better when we support each other, when we care for each other. We're stronger when we're together. But what happens is people, they feel safer, I guess you could say, when they're by themselves. They feel, I guess they feel like they're more protected because nobody can hurt them. But I just, I decided to be vulnerable and show up as my true, authentic self. What you see is what you get. Hence why I'm on this camera in my PJs. Because truthfully, this is what it is. But, but like I said, a lot of people don't know how to receive that. And a lot of people don't know how to show up as that either. So, little by little, we work it out and see, Yeah.
It's like you said, we all need each other. We are social creatures.
Yes.
We need to be around each other. People are miserable when they're by themselves.
It's true.
They're just busy. Yeah, you definitely need people around you to, just be social with, just to hang out with.
Yeah.
Am I out of coffee? I'm out of coffee.
Even like they say, like when a baby is born, especially if it's a preemie or something like that, and they have to leave the baby in the ICU and all that, they have people come in, or they encourage the parents to come in and touch the baby, hug the baby, hold the baby, because it's proven that the babies that aren't held or touched, those babies will die like within days, weeks. And it literally is just like that. Even as adults, we have, this society is so backwards about certain things. Everything is over sexualized. So if you want to hug someone, people think it means something. No, it could just mean that they are touch deprived, not in an inappropriate, but literally, I think they say if you hug someone for 20 seconds, it immediately starts to lower anxiety levels, it lowers your stress, it slows your heart rate down. That's
It's
because
human contact.
like it's healthy for you. You know what I mean? But like I said, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who don't seem to get that. And then, and I'm just hoping that people start to realize it, and people start to realize like we need to start supporting each other, loving each other, hanging out with each other, connecting with each other. Because truthfully, that's what we ultimately want. But we're out here looking for it in the wrong ways and in the wrong places.
Yeah, definitely in the wrong places.
Right? And it's just, and people cause more harm than need be. And it's just, I don't know.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
And I'm not a stalker or anything like that. You posted something the other day that I think I'm pretty sure it was you. You were in the supermarket with your mask on, and some dude was trying to talk to you. Was that you?
I don't think that was me.
Dang it, we're all mixed up. You think I know your dad? I'm thinking you meeting people in supermarkets.
Oh no! I did do that. I did meet somebody.
That was you, right? And you were saying, how does he know what I look like?
Oh yes.
Behind the mask. Okay. All right, cool. I'm not crazy.
No.
So did anything happen with that?
It did. We went on about a handful of days.
Get out.
I actually liked him. But the more we started to get to know each other, and a nice little tip that he shared later on, like around 5th date, was that he was still married. He was legally separated.
Okay.
So he was legally separated, and he had filed for divorce, but they were working out the details of what that's supposed to look like. Either way, I still don't want no parts of it, because
right.
That could be messy. So when he told me that was the main reason why we couldn't really move any further. Because I was just like, oh no, you got to figure that out before, before I get you. But I would say, we actually really enjoyed each other's company. We had great conversation. It had a natural flow to it. We had great chemistry. Had a lot of things. Actually, we had a good amount of things in common that gave us like enough to stay connected. But then we also had enough differences that caused like growth and challenge.
Yeah.
Does it make okay?
Yeah.
So so something did come of it. It just didn't go any further. So
darn.
Yep.
So what aisle did you meet him in?
It wasn't the aisle. I was actually headed towards the register, the self-checkout.
Oh, okay.
And he was headed for the register, but he was headed for like a different register. But he saw me, and I saw him. We caught eyes, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous. I was like, oh, because I don't know what it was, but even though we had our mask on, I was like, oh, okay, let me just go pay for these groceries and keep it moving. That's what I thought.
Let me get to my car real quick.
I was like, ooh, let me just. And then he walked over to me and immediately started a conversation. It was like, he was like, so you think you're going to catch eyes with me and I'm not going to come say hello? I was like, oh. So yeah, so it was good. I mean, it was nice. Actually, I appreciated the fact that he was bold enough to walk up to me. Because for some reason that doesn't know either. Like they'll just guys just stare.
Yeah, you get a lot of it's shorty. You're breaking up again. Huh?
Is it better now?
I lost you a second there. Yeah.
Okay. No, what did you just say? I didn't hear what you said.
No, I was saying that you said you appreciated the fact that he was bold enough to come to you and speak with you. And I said, you don't get that nowadays. You get a lot of, hey, shorty. Yo, girl in the red.
which I cannot stand. I cannot stand.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'm just like, ugh. So yeah, you know. So yeah, I mean,
And you're not shorty either.
At all, quite literally.
Right.
You know, but yeah, so you know, it's just one of those things. This dating experience has been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, prior to this year, I haven't dated, like legit have not dated for so my last serious relationship was 10 years ago.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah. So now I've gone on dates like in between, but nothing ever
Just nothing
serious.
serious.
Nothing serious. And then I had 2 short little stints of something that I was like, okay, is this dating or are we just talking? I don't know what this
Yeah.
like, you know, and then after
No,
that
no
I'm
definitions.
like, which I learned very quickly. I don't want no parts of that either. I don't
Right.
I don't want that. Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. What would you say as a guy when a man tells he just wants to go with the flow? What do you think that women should stay around for?
He just wants to go with the flow.
Yes.
I think that, I mean, it's up to the woman if she wants to go with the flow as well. That's also an option. I would say as I'm not a woman, but as the woman, I would say, okay, we can go with the flow, but if I go on a date with somebody, they'll be trying to come in my face because we just going with the flow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because he probably thinks he could do whatever he wants, but you can't do anything.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just my take.
Would you
I would just say, if I was the guy, I would call it what it is and say, listen, we cool and all, you know, we just going with the flow. If you do you, I'm gonna do me, you know, and if she agrees to that, that's something different. You know, now there's an agreement in place and you both know where you stand with each other.
Right.
But you can't string her along either. Sometimes guys do that. They'll say, well, let's go.
Sometimes.
I'm just going with the flow, and they'll just keep stringing you along. I lost you again. Dang. All right, you're coming back now. Hold on. Say that one more time. I lost you.
What is...
Oh, you're going in and out.
All right. I said my recommendation would be that, and I have all my bars. Is it?
I don't know. Just keep going.
I don't know. Okay. So I was saying that my recommendation is like part of, if the woman's in agreement with that, that's what I don't know if I recommend it. I don't recommend going with the flow in general though, because usually emotions on the woman's side kick in. And there's no place those emotions when you're going with the flow with somebody. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So yep. It's like if because when you're going with the flow, you're taking time to get to know that person. You're, spending time with them, going on dates, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Right, you're still in a relationship with that person.
That's what it ends up being. It's like you still end up being kind of in a relationship, but kind of. And I just think that that's
kind of not.
that can be like just too sticky. I'm not a go with the flow kind of person. I don't care for the go with the flow, but I'm very clear about that. So when I meet somebody, if they like me or they say they like me and they say, hey, I want to go with the flow, I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not going with the flow.
Right.
No, seriously, I'm not.
And that's your choice. That's good.
Yeah, no.
And he needs to respect that and be like, okay, peace.
Yep. And that's it. And I'm okay. And that's the other thing. I'm okay with that. I'd rather you tell me what it is up front. We both get to make our
Mm-hmm.
decisions. And then and the truth is, I always tell people you only need one person, if that's your, I would say for the majority of us, you only need one. So you don't need everybody to say yes
Mm-hmm.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like when you're in sales, you get 100 no's, but you get that one yes. They say you get 100 no's until you get a yes.
until you get
You're
a
coming in
yes.
hot again. Yeah, like in sales, they say you have to get 100 no's to get a yes.
Would you say that that's what happened before you met your wife?
No, because I am a relationship person.
Okay.
So like I don't like dating around and stuff like that. Um,
Mm.
I was in I think maybe like a 3 oof, like a 3 or 4 year relationship before her.
Okay.
This was in between. This was after my ex-wife. I got into like a 3 or 4 year relationship, and that didn't work out. And then I started talking to my wife now, and here we are. So
Well,
I
that's
don't
good.
know.
That's good. Did you know she was your wife
I mean,
when you
don't
first
get me
met
wrong.
her?
I had my fun. I had my fun, but that was about it. Not saying this isn't fun, but you know what I
No,
mean.
I know what you. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Would you say that you knew your wife was your wife when you met her? Did you know?
No,
Did you have like a thought that you was gonna marry her or no?
nope,
Really?
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So
Nope,
when
nope,
did it?
nope. I don't know. We just kept hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
That's
just kept hanging out. I liked her, but I didn't know her from work. She worked in a different section, and she
okay.
would walk by my office every day, and everybody that worked there knew I had a crush on her. I would talk to her here and there, um, and I was just trying to see what's up, you know. And so then we went on that first date, then we went on another one, and we started hanging out, and it was just it grew organically, I guess.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. The reason I asked that
Hmm.
question is because a lot of the one of the storylines that is told to singles is that the guy always goes right away when he first meets you.
Hmm.
There's always this connection that just happens right away. It's interesting for you to
Hmm.
say no, you didn't know, because that kind of debunks that theory.
I mean, there was a connection, but it wasn't that deep where I was thinking that. I do believe that it does happen. I do believe in love at first sight.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
don't think it's a false thing. I really do believe in it because to be honest, and I hope my wife now isn't going to listen to this podcast, but my first wife, I knew I was going
Mm-hmm.
to marry her.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I knew I was going to marry her. I didn't know I was going to divorce her. Well, I didn't know we were going to get divorced. I don't want to say it like that, but I didn't know
Yeah.
we were going to get divorced because nobody plans for that. But I knew I was going to marry her.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I fell for her instantly.
That's good to know. I think people need to know that, that
Hmm.
it can show up differently. And hence why I think I encourage people to kind of like, again, walk in vulnerability, let your guard
Hmm.
down, and go into it without all of these like crazy expectations, but just to get to know somebody and
Right.
have a good time and just have good conversation. And if there's a connection, great. You
Hmm.
know, I listen to a lot of dating podcasters and what do you call them, like relationship specialists and all of that.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they encourage people to do is like, one, like I said, go into it, let your guard down, don't have all these crazy expectations. Dang, I just lost my train of thought. I wanted to like, wait, there was something I wanted to say. Dang, how did I just forget?
It's not going to be perfect.
It's not going to be perfect. Dang, I truly got what I was about to say, but
you lost track of mine.
I sure enough did. I lost the train of thought what I was about to say. But no, it's not going to be perfect. But go into it with just not with all these crazy expectations of like I have to feel this way when I meet him, or if he says this, then he must be the one, or she does that, then she must be the one. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, a lot of people have those expectations. They go into it with these like spoken expectations, rules, and guidelines of
a list.
Yes, of like, okay, if they do it this way, then it must be okay. This is good, and if they don't do it this way, no, they're not it. And I'm just like, that's not necessarily true. You know,
right?
It's necessarily true. If you give people the option, the opportunity to show up as true selves, and you get to actually learn who they are, you might have a real connection with somebody that you least expected it to be. You know,
I would also encourage people to go on that second and third date, because sometimes the first date isn't who they are. You know, Absolutely. The first date is the highlight. You know, they're putting up the front. You know, whether good or bad. I would say outside of being like disrespectful and just being an a-hole or whatever like that. But if it's just not what you thought it was going to be, go on a second and third date. You never know. Maybe he had a hard day at work, or maybe she had a hard day at work, or she might be going through something, and you're judging her based on that, or judging him based on that. You know, go on that second date. See what it is. But like I said, I would say, you know, outside of being like, if one of them is really being, you know, an a-hole or being disrespectful or whatever like that. I mean, I left somebody in the movie theater before because she was just being rude and obnoxious. And I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. I just left. Yeah.
Whoa.
She was paying me no mind. I'm like, all right, you just whatever. I'm out. So I would say go on that. Now that one I didn't go on a second or third date with, but I would say go on another date, because you never know. The second date might be good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if it's a good first date, you're gonna go on the second and third one anyways. But I would say if it's a not what you thought it was gonna be on the first date, go on the second date.
Yeah, I guess
that's just my advice. I'm no expert.
I think it's great advice. I would encourage that for sure. I will tell you, for me, but that could be because I still have to work on my own patience. If we don't like, I'm on out. Okay, so I went out on a date when I first decided to go on this journey. My very first date this year, I went out on a date with someone who I would not normally go out on a date with, but I thought they were attractive and they were nice, and we had a nice flow of conversation. So I decided to go out on the date, and it was a great date. It was nice. He was very thoughtful. He was respectful. But after that date, I knew, I was like, as nice as he is, this is going nowhere. Like I could tell right away.
There was no spark.
There was nothing. It was like, it was like I was talking to a stranger, because he kind of was a stranger, but like there was no like nothing connected. It was just, there was nothing, just nothing.
Nothing.
I was like, yeah. No, truly. So, you know, I learned that I had to just make the decision pretty quickly. Kind of how I started to get used to going out on like first dates. There has to be something. You have to have connection, something.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Gotta be something there. You need something to hold on to.
That's actually what I was gonna say. I was gonna say one of the things that these gurus will teach you is that connection is extremely necessary for a relationship to build or grow. Chemistry
Mm,
naturally comes with connection, but connection doesn't naturally come with chemistry. That's what they said.
I can
And
see
it,
that. I can see
right?
that because you can see people as friends, and
Yeah,
that's it.
yes, exactly. You can meet somebody and maybe they could be physically attractive to you. They could,
Hmm.
you know, be all that. There's just not, there is no connection. Oh, you're just a cool person, right? And then you
Right,
have some
right.
where you can have, like, if let's say you meet somebody and you have great chemistry,
Hmm.
physical chemistry, or it can be kind of very surface, but it's that then as you get to know them, there's no actual connection. Like, you don't really connect on a
Hmm.
lot of levels. You don't have a lot in common. You know what I mean? Maybe there's not
Hmm.
enough there. And I believe it was three. It was connection, chemistry, compatibility.
Hmm.
That's what it was. It was connection, chemistry, and compatibility. You need connection, which will then allow for chemistry to naturally happen, and then
Hmm.
compatibility um, allows you to see whether you have enough differences as well as enough in common to kind of
Hmm.
um, fit well with each other.
Right, right,
So
right. Okay. I can see that. So
yeah, that's
compatibility is like it's like the puzzle piece connecting right there. Boom. That's a compatibility right there. You could be part of the same puzzle, but not necessarily the piece that connects to your piece, whatever you want, however you want to say it. But you know where I'm going with this. The puzzle pieces kind of connect together.
right. And puzzle
I get that.
pieces have like the opposite fit. So it's like where they need to
Hmm.
insert your life, you need to make do you have a space for that? Does that make
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like what true compatibility is, right? Like,
Hmm.
can you fit together? Not are you the same person? So
Hmm.
either way,
I mean that makes a lot of sense. That
yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
You said what is it? Chemistry.
You have chemistry, connection, and
Uh huh.
compatibility.
Okay. Is it in that order? It sounds like it's in that order.
Well, you have to have connection first in order if you want to have
Connection. Okay. Connection.
connection be there in order for chemistry to happen. But
To build. Okay.
chemistry can be there without any connection. So
Right. Right. Right.
right, and I know, I think we've all had that experience where we can
Sure.
um like we can like somebody and have like this little spark or something. Then like in real life, y'all don't like
Hmm.
there is nothing there,
Hmm.
you know.
Right. It's
So
just empty. Just an empty space. I guess you got to make yourself vulnerable too to be willing to take a puzzle piece.
you said what?
I said I guess you got to make yourself vulnerable as well to accept the the puzzle piece.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the other piece of revelation I got was a person has to be willing and receptive.
Hmm.
So you have to be willing to go there with them, but you also have to be willing to then receive what they bring.
Hmm.
Because again, I've been learning from these experiences. I'm like, I can start dating somebody, like maybe we've gone out on two and we've been connecting really
Hmm.
well. Then, like, I recently had a guy let me know that um he doesn't believe that he's emotionally someone like me. So even though we
That's
met
good.
all kinds of what happened?
I said
What you
that's
say?
good that he knows that and he's communicated that with you.
So I was actually going to tell him that because obviously it lets me know. what position I stand and what I get to do next. But a lot of people unfortunately don't tell you. They'll just try it,
Right.
and then hurt in the process. So
Right. Knowing the whole time in the back of their head, this ain't working out.
that they knew they wasn't ready, but they just wanted to try
People
it.
will stay in a relationship until it crumbles, until it ends horribly.
Oh,
When
God.
they could have, when they both knew that it had ended years ago, but they'll stay in it until it crumbles.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh,
I am not.
you're very crackly.
I am not that person. And what happened?
Snap, crackle, pop.
Am I still breaking up?
No.
Is
You're frozen, but you're probably not frozen on in the video. You're frozen for me, but not everybody else, most likely.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I
rough
don't know
business.
why
You need to get. Do you have a computer?
Not me right now. I would have seen it.
Oh, okay.
I would have to wipe it off.
That's too much.
It's too much.
That's too much work. That's too much work.
Right now it is. But either way.
Something you see this kind of turned into the Can We Talk show, the Can We Talk podcast. You wrote me in.
Well, you said you wanted me to talk. So
Yeah, talk about anything.
I talk about.
But it did turn into the Can We Talk podcast. Go subscribe to the Can We Talk podcast, guys. She's talking about this stuff all the time. But another one of your talents, and I hope you don't mind me doing this, but
okay.
I know you do pastry. You're a pastry chef. You're pretty good, by the way. I mean, I don't know what they taste like, but the presentation is pretty dope.
Thank you.
And
I am.
That's your page right there, I believe. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm showing your some of your work.
Yes. Yes, I am a pastry chef. I've been doing it for 13 years.
Whew.
Yeah.
Those are nice. Now these flowers, are these real flowers up here?
I'm looking
on those.
I think most of them are.
I know some people do edibles.
I do.
Most of them are real. Okay.
But those are real. Yeah.
Got it. These are really nice, though.
Thank you.
Jeez, how many tiers is that? 1, 2, 3. Is that? Oh, that's 3. That's 3 tiers. Okay.
I think
looks like 4 tiers.
I've done 4. I've done 5 tiers. Lord, it's a lot of cake.
Well, like you said in your in the post, you put cake. Yeah. Cake. There's a lot of cake, boy.
A lot of cake.
What got you started baking?
Honestly, I had a dream. That was what got me started. One night, so after I had my oldest daughter, she was born healthy, but after about 3 months of her being here on Earth, we were in and out of the hospital every other day. So I couldn't get as much as I used to. I was always being called out of work. I was always all of that. So I prayed one night and I was like, God, give me what it is that you want me to do. And I had a dream of a recipe floating on a piece of paper, and next morning, and I baked it. And it was a brownie, and my company is called the Brownie Factory, and that's how my company. And that's how, and literally that's how
dope.
I started. Mind you, the thing in my life before that.
So you made the brownies from scratch, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, everything I do is from scratch.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm talking about after the dream, because you said you had never made anything before.
Yeah, after I had the dream, I woke up, I baked it, It turned out to be a brownie. It was my very first brownie ever baked. And I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness. And then, yeah. And then I just started the Brownie Factory. I
Oh, we finally lost her. I guess the signal went out. Her phone was sticking around, and then it just left. If you're still on, you could join using the same link. Am I the only one who gets weird Cash App requests? I can't be the only one, right? So weird. I just got a request for $20. No. I don't know you. Why are you requesting $20 from me? How do they get people's information? I think they just go through and look for people that they could scam. So anyway, that was Melanie. She was hanging out for a bit with me. I appreciate that. Talking relationships. That was kind of fun. It was informative. Hope you guys get something out of it. Her company is Brownie Factory Corp. So if anybody's like in the Northeast area, let me see if I can put her. I want to see if maybe I could grab her link. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to put it in here so you can see. Yodi, if you're still on and watching, let me know, man. All right. This is. All right. So here's her Facebook page. Facebook.com/browniefactory.corp. All right. So if anybody needs any for your cake needs, weddings, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, whatever you need, she got you. All right. Facebook.com/browniefactory.corp. Go follow her. The address is right there on the screen. Let's take that off now. Yeah, so this is Late Night with Coffee, where we talk about anything. Right? As you can see, that whole conversation took a left turn. We started talking about relationships, which is Melanie's passion. She's always talking about relationships. Go subscribe to her podcast, Can We Talk Podcast. Search for it in any of your, wherever podcasts are available, and your favorite podcatcher. Can We Talk Podcast? She's talking relationships, and we'd love to have her on again. What time is it? Woo, 11:27. I've been on here for about an hour and a half, I think. Has it been? There's no timer on this thing. I don't know how long I've been on this bad boy. Anybody else want to join? More than happy to have more people on tonight. I'm not doing much up here. Man, so Yodi wanted to talk about goals, group economics, saving money, etc. Man, I wish he was on right now because I would have him on. This is the stuff he wanted to talk about. But unfortunately, I think he left the stream because me and Melanie were having a pretty good conversation. Oh, hey, she's back.
Hello.
There you go.
My phone died.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Ooh,
There we
okay.
go. No, that was me. I had the volume down.
Oh no, I said my phone died.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It
Well, what are
just
you guys
dropped.
talking?
What now?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
No, we're not. I'm not talking about anything. I was pimping your podcast and your page.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I
No
appreciate.
problem. Hi, messages from the screen. Okay, get that out of here. Yeah, so I wasn't doing anything. I really wasn't talking about anything.
Oh, all right.
Unless you got something else.
I just figured I'd come on here, join your show and have a little bit of random conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah,
Far from
that was
random. That was
yeah.
fun.
Hopefully, maybe we can do it again, but maybe we'll have something set. Maybe
Right.
like a planned topic.
Yeah, I'm down.
Right? I think
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
kind
yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever get those weird? Do you have Cash App?
I do.
Okay,
Why?
I figured you have to have it for your business. You probably get paid like that. I know I do. Um, you ever get those random requests for money?
Random requests.
Random, like people you do not know. I just got one for $20.
No, I've never had a random request for money. But I will say, so I don't use Cash App as my main source
Mm-hmm.
to pay me with. So, um, like as of right now, I haven't even used it in probably the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I use a different invoice system that I just email to people. It's just easier
Mm-hmm.
to do it that way. So no, I haven't. I have not received no random.
So what do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
I use so I use the Square invoice system.
Okay. Okay.
Um, it's just easier for me. It
Yeah.
allows me to keep track of everything, in one spot. They
Yep.
give monthly, quarterly, and yearly, printouts of
Yeah.
everything. For me, it makes life a whole heck of a lot easier.
Yeah. I use PayPal, which it's the same thing. You
Oh,
sending out invoices.
mhm.
Um, you can have them pay you, half now, half later, things like that.
Right, exactly.
Um, I use that, but I also use like I'll use Apple Pay. I don't mind using Apple Pay. I feel like
Okay.
that's a little bit more secure. Um, but I do have Cash App and Venmo just in case they feel more comfortable paying that way.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people suggest those things to me. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to do Venmo, but I didn't like that. Well, if you don't put I guess your settings on private,
Mm-hmm.
people
It shows
just,
everybody your business.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. But
Yeah, but
also
you can set it to private right from the beginning, though.
you can, but I also just didn't want to have 5 different places of where I have to, pull
Yeah,
money
pull
from.
money from.
Yeah, that's just too much. So it's just easier, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, I will say, like, had a new client come in today who wanted to order something, but I told her the thing that I do is made to order, so you
Mm-hmm.
have to order it before.
Sure.
So you don't just, say, hey, I want this and come pick it up. It usually the next day, sometimes 2 to 3 days, and if it's a big order, then like a week or two, depending.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I didn't gain that client because she wanted to
She
pay
wanted the
me.
impossible.
Well,
How
yeah,
was she trying to
I
pay?
was like, well, I'm not doing it. So, like I said, the way it works is if I send you have to pay in advance. You have to pay for what you want
Sure.
me to do. And mainly it's because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a business that things are perishable. So I can't just bake a bunch
Right.
of
Right.
product, right? And then people all of a sudden oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you, I didn't want it anymore. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to wait until the day of when I delivered it. And I said no. It's like if you order, like if you go online and go to my web, like if you go to my website and try to order something, you would have to pay for it before
Mm-hmm.
the order was confirmed. So it's the same process, but some people for some reason don't always get that. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
No, That makes total sense to me. I do photography, and I I take half. I take half to hold the date, and
Yes.
then I get the other half before I show up. Because I'm not doing all that work, and then you say, "Oh, I'm all set. I got enough. I have enough pictures from everybody else that took pictures on their phones."
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm all set. No, no way.
And unfortunately, people really do that. It's like they'll
Mm-hmm.
call you and something and everything, and then if you allow them to, where they don't have to pay for anything up front, before
Mm-hmm.
you know it, you're doing all this work, and they haven't even, they probably didn't think twice about you until it's time, and they go, "Oh, I forgot to tell
Mm-hmm.
you, I don't want it anymore," or no. So,
Mm-mm. I get paid two weeks in advance before the event, and if you don't
mhm.
if you don't pay me, that first half is mine.
Oh yeah, that's a part of the contract. No, it is what
That
it
first
is.
half, yeah, that first half is mine. If you're canceling, that first half is mine.
Yeah.
Now, if
So,
you're moving things around, because like obviously I had, which you probably it was probably bad for you too, with the wedding season kind of shifted from the summer was dead for me. I had some clients here and there, but for the most part, a lot of these venues were closed. Um,
oh yeah,
so that, I mean, you got to understand that with you, that's all perishable stuff, like you said. But I move, I work with my people. Okay, you're not getting married in April anymore. I gotta do it in September.
oh
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's fine. I don't mind that. But if you go cancel me altogether, that deposit's mine.
yeah. No, it made things get moved around, but for some reason, for me, I would say it actually ended up being extremely beneficial for me.
Hmm.
I still kept all the clients who had events and stuff booked, but we just had to reschedule.
Right.
Some
Right.
of it got pushed into next year, just because,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and so I was like, okay, but at the same time, there were, at least for me, my clients, thankfully, were willing to pay their invoices on time, were willing to still keep up with their payments. And I was like, wow,
Hmm.
you know. But of course, as a business owner, I gave them the opportunity to say, hey, let's try to figure something out. What will make life a little bit easier for you, things like that. But,
Right.
you know,
I mean,
but
this
this year,
it was new. It was unprecedented times. It was new
yeah,
for everybody. Everybody had to shift everything.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, you know, but yeah, I use Square. I think Square is really easy. And
Hmm.
for anybody who wants to use it, it's worth it, I would say.
Ooh, brownie supreme.
Oh, you looked at
Mm.
the website? I'm up, I'm updating that website, so a lot of what you see is not going to be up there.
So you got to
There's a
get a
lot.
Squarespace.
I know. I gotta. Well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm working on it so that I can post it, and that everybody will have access to the new updated, version.
Hmm.
So,
Mm.
what are you looking at now?
I'm about to. I'm just I'm
Huh?
just I'm just showing everybody. Red
Oh
Velvet
yeah,
Cheesecake. Come on now. Come on. Stop playing.
red. Mm-hmm.
Original chocolate brownie. So is this the one that you dreamt about?
Yes, that's the one.
Is that why you
That's
call it the original? The one that
that's the
started it all?
that's the one that started it all.
Or breakfast wraps. Oh, those. Come on, man. That's
Yeah,
genius. I've never seen that. Best of both worlds.
yeah. That's actually a favorite right now. A lot of people are ordering those lately.
That would be my favorite.
It is
Oh my
good. I'm
god.
not that brownie. It's a brownie cookie and chocolate chip cookie mix. It is so good.
Well, I'm a chocolate head, so you, I, I would devour that.
No, it is. It's a great cookie.
Oh, oh my god. Now, do you have a storefront?
No, everything I
Okay,
do is mine, and I rent a kitchen.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
I want to order some of these. Right? Man, let me get off of here.
Well, the velvet brownie may not even be coming back. I'm not sure yet, but that may not be coming back. There's a lot of stuff that's not going to be up, just because. So my company has switched. My company was it started out as a brownie company, then it turned into a catering company, because people started to ask food, and I
Okay.
said, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I started doing small dinners that then turned into me
Mm-hmm.
doing like 100, 200, 300 people, events.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great, but it was exhausting. So
Sure.
I've gone back to just desserts. So it's mainly
Okay.
cakes, cake pops, cupcakes, cookies, brownies, and my banana puddings. So
You're talking my language, Mel.
it's good.
You're talking my language.
I love when I get new clients and taste stuff, because I will tell you this. I realize that I bake very differently than a lot of people do, and again, like I said, everything that I do is from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy when I get to create flavors and combine things, and I find something that's amazing. So I love to get new clients who've never tried my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I love to get their reaction to see what they really think. It lets me know that I still
Right. Right. Like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I still got the skills.
I still got it. So yeah, I recently had a few new clients just this week. Well, today actually, who
Mm.
tasted some product, tasted the banana pudding, tasted the cookies, and it was great reviews, which I was really happy about, because I'm glad when people are happy about the product that they get
Right.
to taste. So
I haven't had a good banana pudding in a minute.
really,
I haven't had banana pudding in a long time. Period. Yeah.
well, you
I
can
like,
always
I like banana pudding, but what I've also haven't had in a long time is Death by Chocolate.
Death by Chocolate,
Yeah.
the
It's
cake.
like, yeah, it's like cake, pudding, Heath bar.
Oh wow, okay. I don't think
Yeah,
I've had.
it's ridiculous.
I love chocolate, but I don't like chocolate that much. So I don't know if I would
Man, listen,
even.
I love chocolate.
It's like I love.
I love it.
Well,
I loves it.
we gotta.
But
But
I like my desserts like my like my women chocolate.
oh, white chocolate.
Huh?
Is your white chocolate?
She's Jamaican.
Look at you.
And my first wife is chocolate too. I got four half Puerto Rican kids, half black, half Puerto Rican.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
now we.
I
I'm
remember
glad.
one time. What's that?
No, no. Say what you was gonna say.
No, I was gonna say that I had somebody unfriend me because I said something. I forgot. I don't know what it was. But they got offended over it and said that it was a racist comment. And I was like, first of all, it wasn't racist. And second of all, have we met?
Right.
I'm like, I'm Puerto Rican. My first wife is black. My second wife is black. My kids are half black.
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
Whatever. They just got offended. Some people offend easily.
Exactly. People are too sensitive.
Way too sensitive. You
Yeah.
can't hurt nobody's feelings anymore.
Oh, please. You'll be canceled.
Right. And
Gotta be.
that's what he did. And it sucked because I was doing a lot of background vocals
Uh-huh.
through this person.
Oh.
I sang with Josh Groban, Patti LaBelle,
Oh
um,
wow.
bunch of other people, and that channel is just closed now. Like, what did I
Well,
do? And I reached out to him. I texted him, and he never texted me back. I was like, all right, whatever. I guess that avenue's gone.
okay. You
It
can't
was fun
force it.
while it lasted.
There you go. That's it. I
Yep.
would love. Now that's something I would probably do. I would do the background vocals.
Man, let me tell you, they ain't nothing like it because there's no pressure.
Right.
You're not doing any solos.
Mhm.
Nobody's paying attention to you. They're all paying attention to the star. You know, it was
Right.
a great experience. I sang at Boston Garden. I sang at the Prudential Center, Mohegan Sun.
Nice.
Um, I sang at Patti LaBelle was at Grand Central Station. We had a
Wow.
concert in Grand Central Station. It was crazy.
That's dope. Oh
Yeah.
wow. That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. But
That's cool.
that's done.
Wait, do you have like a musical background? Did you study music? Did you do any of that, or
Nope. Self-taught.
self-taught and see, I love that. Okay.
Yeah, self-taught. Well, I can't say self-taught. Boys and Men taught me. They're my
Okay.
teachers.
But
I had four professors.
there you go. But you didn't have someone like teaching you, well, this is this note and that and this key and that key. You
No,
just
I can't read music.
Okay. I know, because some people ask me, and I'm like, I don't really know all of that. I just do it.
Right. You tell me what to sing, and I'll sing it.
I'll sing it. Yeah, literally, that's it. That's exactly how I operate. I'm like, if I can hear it, then I can repeat it.
Right. And I mean, I can, like, I know where to go. You know, when you sing something, I know where to go. I know what notes to harmonize with. So,
Right.
yeah, I think I started singing when I was probably like 12, 13. No, actually before that. But when I really started singing was about 12, 13. Because my brother came home with a Boyz II Men tape. He thought it was a rap group, and he didn't like it. So he gave it to me, and I played it, and it was, I hit the ground running. I just started singing every song, back to back. I would just sing. I know every one of their songs. I could sing from backwards, frontwards. And I remember recording myself singing one of their songs, and I was doing the same thing that they were doing. I'm like, wait, I'm doing the same thing.
And you realize,
yeah, because I'm like, oh, I'm doing the same thing that they're doing.
Wow.
So, and I think it's the I don't know if it's the ignorance of not realizing that I was doing what they were doing. Like, I wasn't trying, you know what I mean? I just did it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because I think some people they block it out their mind, like they can't do something, so they never do it. But I think it's like they say ignorance is bliss. So I think it was just me being ignorant. I'm thinking in my head, I'm supposed to be able to do that because they're doing it. So I just started doing it.
Nope, I agree with that. I said that same statement or similar to that I was being interviewed on another podcast one day. And the question was like, what would make you think that you can do this? And I said, honestly, sometimes like, having that level of naivete where you're just naive and you don't know better. So you just do it in your mind. Well, why not? Right?
Right. And like in your mind, you're like, wait, you can't do that?
Right, exactly.
I thought that was normal.
Yep. There's nothing blocking the what if. It's like, okay, let's see.
Right.
And
from there, I just started listening to everything. It just went from there.
Yeah.
But even before that, I would listen to like a lot of Motown and stuff like that. So, but I had never recorded myself until that point.
Well, I think that's pretty dope. I would love to like.
Hold up, you broke up. Background. Say that one more time.
I said I always wanted to try to do. I would want to do voiceovers or background singing. I would do that. I would, if I could do that, I would feel accomplished in my music career.
I would love to do voiceovers, but again, I feel like my voice is dumb.
It's not. You really have to stop saying it because
it's pretty dumb. I told you can't convince me. There's no convincing.
All right, when you say so. I'm just saying
it's just dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
How is someone's voice dumb?
It's dumb. I want to punch my voice in the face.
That's just weird. And yet you want to have a podcast. That don't make no sense.
Listen, this is the only way I can get over it.
Okay.
I don't have to listen to it. I could turn it off.
I guess.
I don't have to play it over again.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. My voice is dumb, guys. I don't mind.
Nah.
But next time you come on, you got to make sure you wipe down your computer.
I know, because I was like, I didn't know we'd have that many glitches on my phone. I didn't know what is this like this setup that we're on. What is this? It's
Restream. So what it does, it's Restream. So what it does is you start you go into it's all done, it's all web based. So you go to the website, you sign up or whatever. And what it does is it sends your streams to all your platforms. So like right now, this is going on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope, all at the same time. And then I can see. I don't know if you can see the comments on the side because you're on the phone. I don't know what it looks like on the phone, but there's comments on the side that are from. They capture comments from everything. So all the places I just told you, if they leave comments, it all comes right in here.
Oh yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, if you were on the computer, you'd be able to see the comments as well because you would be able to. It's almost like a co-host thing, so you would be able to see the same thing I see, and comment on it.
Okay.
And then from there, I can. Like from the comments, I could showcase a comment right there. I think you can see that.
Okay. I can see that part because I would see it coming up.
Yeah.
But because
so what I just highlighted one of the comments.
Okay.
That's cool though.
Does this like as far as your podcast, what platform do you use for the podcast? Is it this and then you just let it send out to everything?
No. I download the video, and then I just put it on Anchor. I put the audio on Anchor.
Okay. Because it's funny. I was literally trying to figure out. I'm like, how can I do the video part of this as well as the audio? But like, I need to just take the audio and put it up on my Anchor. Then I'll do that. But then I get to keep the video. And I was literally doing it separate. I was basically doing the same topic, same episode, but just twice. I would do a video version.
Twice? Oh man.
I was, because I was like, I don't know how to do it. But now I know.
So when you do when you finish the broadcast, you can go to you can go to the video on Facebook and download the video.
Okay.
And then you take that when you go into the Anchor website.
Okay.
You take the video and you drag and drop it into wherever you add it, and it pulls the audio.
Good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so you don't have to do two.
Okay, I'm gonna figure that out then. I'm gonna go play with that. We're done with this. I'm gonna figure that out because I'm like, how do I do this? Because I can't keep making the same. I can't keep doing the same.
Yeah, you can't be doing two topics 2 different times.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, and it's not hard to do. It really isn't hard to do. Even if you just did it on Facebook by itself, outside of this, it's a lot easier to just drag and drop it right into Anchor. And it's all free. Even this right here, what I'm doing right here with sending the streams out to the different places, that's free too. They have a paid version that gives you a little bit more options, but for right now, this is all I need.
Okay. The Anchor. So I do that. And it's been working pretty well for me to connect to the other platforms, the Apple, podcasts and Google podcasts and all that.
Yep.
So I know how to do the video and the audio. So thank you for showing me this because I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed that.
No
But,
problem.
well, I if you let me come on your show and talk about
No
nothing.
problem. No problem. We'll do this again. We'll do like a segment and time it.
We'll do a segment, we'll time it, and we'll have something like planned to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
So
We'll do it on your show.
that's fine with me. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I can also if you wanted to, I could we could do it right here like we're doing right now. And then you could just download the video and put it on your podcast.
Work too.
Yeah. Cool. I bet you just have to not use your phone next time. Cool.
I won't use my phone next time.
Yeah. But and if we have the same issues, we know it wasn't your phone. It's probably my system. I don't know. Whatever. I've never had a guest on, so I don't know if that messes up anything. It shouldn't.
Okay.
It's not supposed to.
Now you got practice, so now you figure it out. You know.
That's it. That's it.
Even when you sent me a link, I'm like, a link to what? I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be signing because on Facebook you could do Facebook and give you the option to like let somebody. So I thought it was like it's easy pressing a button, but clearly it wasn't.
It wasn't.
The link was
no, it was though. You just click on the link, right?
Well, I clicked the link and then I had to copy and paste it in my search bar. But I think
that's did?
I think it's because I'm on my phone though.
Oh, I think it should have just went right to the website.
Yeah, no, I had to. Once you click the link, then something comes up and says copy link, and you just press copy.
Oh, okay.
And you put it in the search bar, and it'll come up right away. So it wasn't hard. It's just
it was just an extra step.
Yeah, it was a 2-step process as opposed to one. That's
Got it. That's good to know.
Yeah. See?
We're all learning new things today. I said we're all learning new things today. I'm interested to hear this over again and see if you're going in and out on the recording as well.
Okay.
We shall see. All right. Well, I think I'm about to sign off.
I was just about to say I'm
tired. We did a lot of talking. We ran our mouths, and now we're exhausted. It's the weekend, guys. Don't worry.
I think it was cool. We'll do it again. We'll communicate after.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Y'all have
all right then. Night. You have a good night. All righty. So that's that. That was fun. She jumped off, and then she came back. That was cool. All right, so I guess we're done. Nobody else is saying anything. Everyone's gone to sleep. And I think I'm going to go join everybody else because it's about to be 12 o'clock. I've been on this bad boy for about 2 hours. That's a bit much. I don't think anybody's going to listen to this podcast for 2 hours, especially without knowing topics. But I can put that in the show notes. All right. Let's get a sip of water. You guys have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Make sure you go to your favorite podcast app and look up Late Night with Coffee. That's where you'll find the audio versions. So if you can't make it live, that's cool. Not everybody can make it live. Sometimes people work overnight. It's Friday night. Nobody's on Facebook watching people do live videos. Don't nobody care. Or on Twitch or on YouTube, because this is going out to all of them. Or on Periscope. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Those who listen later on. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I think it's under Aunt Felicia on Google, on YouTube. I don't know. I have to get all this right because there's different URLs and things like that. But you can go to anchor.fm/late night with coffee. You can subscribe there. You can follow the page. You'll get notifications when there's a new episode because this is all random. I've done 2 shows this week. I might do another one tomorrow night because wifey's working again tomorrow night. So I'll be here by myself with the kiddos, which I actually hear one of them crying right now. So she probably woke up from her sleep. But yeah, so I'll be on tomorrow night, most likely again. Yeah, I think I'll do that. You'll get notification of that. And I'll talk to you later. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.